tuned into Pacific Push.
All right, welcome to Pacific Push, man. You know what time it is, Pacific Push on Taste Radio. It's your host, Ogee Money, and I have a pleasure of having a very special guest today, man, Melz TV. And if you're not familiar with him, you must be living under a rock, because Melz is one of the people that's at the forefront, that was at the forefront of not only the drill music, but the Brooklyn underground hip-hop scene, which has exploded, is mainstream. And, you know, I had an opportunity to meet Mel earlier in the year, and I didn't even understand, like, the power of the drill music. So it's with our on that Pacific Push here. Melz, what's good, baby?
Yo, what's going on, man? Yo, thanks for having me on the show, man. You know, I met you with nothing but good energy, man. You know what I mean? You're doing big things out there, you know, where you at, in Hawaii?
I'm in Hawaii, brother, yes.
Okay, that's why it's called Pacific Push. Word. What's good with you, though?
Man, listen, everything's great, brother. Like, when we first met, you know, I haven't even launched this project. We were talking about doing some things and collaborating, and, you know, honestly, it was right after Pop Smoke had passed away. You get what I'm saying? Right after Pop Smoke had passed away, I didn't understand it, right? You see right now, I'm loaded up. I got the Pop V-Lone shit on, and I did that for you.
Shout out to rest in peace of Pop Smoke, man. Shout out to Canarsie, all the dogs out there.
That's a fact. Shout out to the Woo, shout out to the Flossy. But, you know, now it's time for us to get into the interview and talk to you. You know, we're bringing it. We have a platform just like you have a platform, a global audience. And for those that aren't familiar with you, we're going to go through this interview, man. We're going to take our time, and we want the listeners to get to know who you are and how important drill music is, man. So Mel, man, how did you get into documenting the Brooklyn hip-hop scene, brother?
Well, you know, I used to pop up every here and there, like in Crown Heights and in Flatbush, and I was seeing mad young, like, you know, a lot of the youngins, you know, they had their energy was just crazy. I seen how the females attracted to them their age. I seen how other people would just, like, you know, hate on them or talk shit about them, and they would talk shit about other people, whatever. And I just seen like the presence. It was like a presence that their age group knew about, that like nobody else knew about, and I peeped it, you know what I mean? So I felt like I had to document it, because I was reaching out to bigger platforms that was out at the time, and nobody was really jacking it. So I said, yo, you know what, let me document this shit, you know?
Nah, man, that's dope, man. So it was like, yo, do it yourself. You just picked up the camera. Now, at that time, were you savvy with the cameras, the internet, or you just said, fuck it, I'm going to just grab a camera and just figure this out?
Well, you know, YouTube is a great thing. We can sit down on YouTube and, you know, enjoy ourselves. We watch my interviews, we watch your interviews, we watch all the rappers. But you can also type things in where you can learn whatever you want too. So, you know, I spent a couple days, couple weeks typing in how to you know, use cameras, how to use editing programs, and that's about it, you know. And I took it from there. Learned as I went, learned as I go.
Nah, for real, man. And again, like, so the drill, when I got back to New York in February, I didn't understand it because I hadn't been in New York for a couple of months, and you know how the streets go, the music changes up. And Tiff, shout out to Tiff. Tiff was like, nah, the drill shit is what it is, and Melz is in tune with it. So, you know, I looked at the platform, and, you know, when I think of drill, I'm thinking Chief Keef, Little Durk, I'm thinking Chicago drill. So
Right.
so once it went from Chicago to New York, it's like I got hit to a cat called, you know, Zach TV. You know what I mean? So, like, were you familiar with Zach TV, what he was doing? Was it like an inspiration kind of thing? Because it's kind of parallel with what y'all doing, even though it's completely different.
Yo, it's crazy that you say that. I had no idea about Zach TV when I first started my brand. So I started my brand now, and people used to be in the comments, yo, you the New York Zach TV, or people be like, yo, you biting off of Zach TV and stuff like. I'm like, who the fuck is Zach TV? Talking about Brooklyn shit, you know, shouting out Brooklyn and all. I'm like, I have no idea who that is. So then I do the research. Now I'm like, holy shit, this Zach TV is like that nigga, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow. So you know, he hollered at me, I hollered at him, whatever. We chopped it up and we linked up. You know what I'm saying? And I brought him out here. I interviewed him, and I also took him to get interview the Blickies. He got an interview with them, but I also made sure I linked it with Brownsville and made him give Kuda B an interview also. You know, but as far as motivation, of course, he once I found out who he was, definitely motivated me to continue going. But besides that, my main motivation came from people like Smack DVD, of course. Like that's like heavy. But before Smack too, bro from Video Music Box. You know what I'm saying? You remember
You
Video
know that.
Music Box?
Of
Okay,
course, man.
Ralph
Of course.
McDaniels. Ralph McDaniels is like heavy. So we're gonna say
No,
Ralph McDaniels and Smack, and then
it's
Zach maybe keep the legacy going.
I gotta keep it 1,000 with you, man. So when we were getting ready for the interview, that's one of my notes. Like we refer to you as the drill Ralph McDaniels. That's on guard.
You
You know what
lying? You lying? How you gonna say?
Listen, after the interview, I'm gonna show you something. All right, on God, on God. Like we looked at
Right.
you as the drill Ralph McDaniels, but now we get into that. So like we enjoy the music. You know what I'm saying? And Zach had an untimely death. You know,
Yeah,
rest in peace.
of course.
Rest in peace to Zach TV. So what you're doing is at the forefront. It's like the front lines because the music, we know what this music is. This is new age gangster rap, man. It's dangerous. The drilling shit is they speaking their truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we enjoy the music, but we can't negate the underlying dangers, man. So are you ever scared when you're moving around in these hoods, like especially for what happened to Jack?
I had a couple of altercations, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. But I would never be scared of my people. Never. It's like it's impossible, scientifically impossible to be scared of my people. You know what I'm saying? I was once them when I was young. You know what I mean? I'm a little older now, but can't be scared of what I understand, and you know what I mean. So I'm not scared, but of course I'm on point and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, I understand the youth story. I understand the youth them story. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, same here, bro. Once you tapped in with them and you understand and you support them, you know it's the same thing. Like we're gonna take our bumps and bruises, part of the shit, but with great to get great reward, you got to take risk, man. Like, and you're a risk taker, and it's paid off. You know what I'm saying? So with that, like, out of all the interviews so far, what's your most memorable one?
My most memorable one is Pop Smoke. I ain't even gonna hold you. Next one was 22 G's when he first came home from jail. That one, 'cause I got like 2-3 with 22. The 5-year foreign joint, his first one when we was up in Q Butter studio and shit. So many of them, yo. Of course the KJ Baller one, rest in peace. Of course the Nick Blicky one, rest in peace.
Damn, Melz, I said the most memorable. You gave me everything. You let people know the catalog. Y'all here, Melz done touched everybody, right? You done had the lens on everybody.
So I can't just say one is the most memorable. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot of good memories, a lot of memorable stuff on my platform.
For the people, and we have to do this, right? Because there are a lot of great artists, up and coming artists. We're going to get into that. Like, who do you feel is bubbling? But let's talk about Pop. Let's talk about Pop Smoke. When I met you, it was February. I came in New York in February. I met you in February. Pop just died. In that time, he's exploded into a mega star, and done incredible things. And he kind of transitioned. He changed drill. Like, I listened to the interview, your first interview with him, and congratulations, because I see that broke over 1 million views, man.
Yeah, it's still going. It's still going.
And you were at the forefront of that. Like, I was trying to do a tally on YouTube. I'm like, damn, like, how many views does Mel have? Like, is it 4 million? It was too many videos. I'm like, yo, it's so much going on. But yo, what really drew you to Pop like that? Because you took a chance with him before he even had music out.
Right. He one of my little cousins knew him and was telling me like, yo, he up next, and I was like, everybody said he up next. So now I checked him out, and then he had a little history of an altercation he had got into, Pop had got into, and so he was in my head. I'm like, I bet even if he don't got no music, regardless of what he still, people still know his face and wanted to always hear, what he got to say and shit like that. So I did the interview. I went over there. The energy was crazy. So Lil Cuzzo wasn't lying. I could just tell, like, you could kind of feel when somebody got it, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I bet. We did the interview, and shit went crazy. It's my most viewed interview ever. Like, rest in peace to him, man. Sad case. You know what I mean? Sad case from passing away.
For real, man. And you saw something, and unfortunately, like, this is what happens, man. Like, even in the industry, like, it's sad to say that the artists have they're more valuable when they pass, man. Like, these labels make money off of them when they pass, and people absorb the content. So now they go on and check on the interview, anything. You see what happened with the death of King Von and now Mo3. The shit is bananas, you know, and it is what it is. And unfortunately, you know, Melz, this shit ain't gonna stop. This the streets.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing too. New York streets have calmed down probably for like a few years, but it's sort of like it feel like an early 2000s vibe again, type vibe. You know what I mean? Where you got different it's almost like when it was Dipset G Unit era. It's almost like that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's movements, man. Like the drill is a movement, and
Yeah.
I read the Complex article, and yo, so how did that feel for you to be included on Complex, man? Spotlight there. It was an incredible article. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot from it. You know, you flex all the inputs I had, but how does that feel, man? To know that the work that you put in, do it yourself. You took a chance on these kids, these young men, and you got highlighted on a major publication.
Yeah, they interviewed me a couple times, and it felt great because you know they tapped into they finally they finally got in tune with the movement that been popular in Brooklyn for a few years, and they tapped into the right places where they're supposed to tap into. You know what I mean? So that felt great. You know, they did it the right way. Shout out to Complex.
And I'm glad you said that. Talk your shit. Mel said, now they interviewed me multiple times, you know. But
Yeah.
so when they're coming at you, I know this is a game about opportunity, and when shit is hot, they jump on it. So just like artists, man, artists get deals and things that are put on the plate in front of them, and they're like, nah, I ain't doing that. So like talk about some offers that you had to say, yo, I ain't doing that, or nah, that doesn't make any sense because I already built my brand. Has anybody
Well,
offered you? Has Complex come at you like, yo, Melz, we do this, we do that, labels?
oh,
We do
nah,
this.
Complex didn't really come at me like that with nothing, and if they ever do in the future, I'm definitely willing to work with other brands and all that. That's inevitable. You know what I mean? But as far as offers, you know, if the offer right, why not? You know what I'm saying? But
Makes sense.
any offers I got in the past, you know, I'm still cool with the people, so I don't really even speak on it. You know what I mean?
Makes sense, man. That's how you do it, right? Keep it behind the scenes because you know, checks are going to be passed off and they got to get cleared, man. So let's start talking about this music, man. Let's talk about music. All right, give me 3 rappers right now from Brooklyn that you think are next. They coming up, like they,
Wait,
you know, fire.
the come ups or the niggas that came up and got it right now?
So the
I'm gonna
ones
say
that got it right now, they already got it, but we like to keep our eyes on what's next. Because on top of that, see, this is the beauty of my show, right? On top of giving these artists a platform to talk, you know what I'm saying? We'll interview them. I'm playing the music, bro. We
nah,
playing their music,
of course.
raw, uncut. So we want to
So
give them shots.
I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna give like 2 separate ones, yo, for the people. You know, I gotta do it for the people. You know, but I gotta shout out Fabio Foreign because he's going crazy. He got the city. You know, Chef G and Sleepy. Those are the 3 that I would say that took off crazy. Those 3. You know what I mean? And you asked me, I don't know if it was you that asked me a question, but somebody asked me a question which person I would see being long term. And I was like, yo, Chef G. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's something about, like, I see how his fan base really gravitate and follow him. You know what I mean? But, you know, they're doing their thing, those 3 artists. And, coming up, like on the underground tip this year, wow. If you got, of course, Busy Banks blew up already, so I ain't gonna, you know, we ain't gonna count him. Busy Banks went crazy, but we could count him. But the other Structure kids, you know, we're gonna say the Structure crew. You know what I mean? Man, oh man, I don't want to give away too much because my list's about to drop. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to give away too much. Yeah.
Don't get into it because I was going to talk about that controversial
My
top
list about to
25.
drop, man. A couple kids though, man. A lot of them, yo. So y'all, I gotta save that for the list, y'all. I can't really, but you know, shout out to the Structure kids. Their crew definitely doing their thing.
Nah, that's family over there too. So yeah, shout out to
Okay.
Structure. And you know, I'm in tune. Like you had somebody that I'm really tapped into, Grimy Quay, and I feel he's coming. Grimy Quay got it.
Oh yeah, yo. All right, yo. Definitely good energy style. I forgot you from the style too.
Come on. Come on.
Yo,
Come on.
definitely good energy. You know, at first, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta be honest. When I first heard the material, I really didn't even like it. But when it's like nowadays, it's so weird. The visual with the song, and it's just like, I can't explain. It captured me. I fucked with it. I was like, oh shit, this shit is. They had that visual with him and what's the other bro he did the song with?
Oh, Wave.
I think so. That shit was ridiculous. Them niggas did their thing with that shit.
They got some shit like I'm paying attention to a lot of them. Like when you said Chef G and Sleepy Hollow, Tiff got me listening to Tiptoe. I said, yo, this shit fire on the low. Like I'm loving the drill, and I felt like I was like, yo, I didn't understand it, but then even looking at and reading the article, I should say, this is just the gangster rap. I grew up on some lock shit, beam shit, whole shit.
Of course.
So that was my drill. You know what I mean? This is they shit right now.
Right. And it's just titled like drill, but see, I guess it could be titled that, but with me personally, I consider it hip hop like everything else, because see, a lot of the older cats, and I'm not one of them, but a lot of the older dogs, we get caught up in our era. Like my favorite rapper is Nas, so I'm still caught up in my Nas era and all that shit type shit, right?
Facts.
But times change, like, you know what I mean? Remember, Jay-Z wouldn't have been able to survive if Jay-Z was rapping with the Hawaiian Sophie flow. When the Nas came out with the slow flow, Jay-Z knew to slow the flow down. When Cash Money came out, Jay-Z was on the Cash Money shit with them niggas. When DMX came out, the Rough Rider shit. You know what I'm saying? When Cam came out, you got to keep it new. You know what I mean? And eras, the shit changed. So you know what I mean? So it's just called, I guess, drill now also because of I guess that's the people that help influence their sound, you know.
No,
But
for real,
I will
man.
say this. Hold on, I will say that Chicago made I get shout out to Chirac, definitely influenced their sound, but a lot of people forget that Smack DVD influenced the Chirac movement. You know, a lot of people don't realize that Smack influenced Zach. And remember, Zach was doing the same thing like me before they were coming out. You know, a lot of times, you know, it all circulates and we all influence each other at the end of the day, I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm from that era, man. I'm from Smack TV,
Because you
Smack
remember,
DVD
Smack was
era.
showing the guns and all that shit and the shit before everybody in the other states was. So we can't always put New York on the back burner. A lot of times we be saying that, like, yo, these kids influence. Yeah, but we help influence the kids that influence these kids. You understand what I'm trying to say? And this is no bullshit. This is science for the people. It's no bullshit.
It comes back to New York, man. And then you're right. Smack DVD, Cocaine City popped off at the time as well. Shit just started getting wavy, man. But all right, man. So like with that now, and the platform's grown, the YouTube's bananas. You're moving all throughout the country. You've expanded into other regions. You're getting DC rappers all over the board. So like, what would be the dream for your platform long term?
Long term, we're gonna add a couple of other things to the platform besides interviews. I'm not really gonna, give it away, but we're gonna add a few other things besides interviews, and just I'm more of a person that don't tell my inner, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna make it happen. We ain't gonna stop. That's basically the dream. Platform ain't gonna stop. It's gonna be here. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's what it is, man. You smart, man. Exactly. Like you don't gotta show the cards. Like just pay attention to the moves and watch what's gonna happen. Like that's what happened when I told you I didn't even have a plan for a radio show when we first met. I was at the other studio in New York.
Right. Now your shit going crazy. You got your own shit on your end.
On this end, but it's still about the youth. It's about the culture. You know what I mean? It's about bringing everybody together, man, and just doing something dope. So that's why I'm really thankful for this opportunity to interview you, sit down and chop it up, brother. And I'm proud of you, everything that you're doing. You're on the front lines. You got to be safe. And make sure that the bed style, I'm from Style, man. I'm from Grimy Gates Avenue. So, of course, I'm going to be partial to Grimy Quay, and I like the Smooth L. You were talking to Smooth L when I was in New York. He was like, yo, Smooth L.
Yeah. Smooth L, yo, like, that new Apollo shit went crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie. That shit went crazy. That shit was viral.
Nah, man. So, yo, before we get out of here, Melz, man, do you want to shout out anybody? You want to let the people know what's going on, how they can follow you? YouTube,
shout out everybody. Shout out everybody I ever interviewed. I don't care where you from, what you jack. I love y'all. Y'all supported me. Go subscribe to Melz TV on YouTube. Go follow me, Melz TV on Instagram. Every platform is Melz TV. We about to add more onto the platform. Stay tuned. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bro, shout out to G for giving me the interview and all that. And yo, G out there, they in tune with the Brooklyn movement out there though. They got hip hop niggas out there that's into it.
Yo, listen, bro. Are they in tune? For one, we're making sure they're in tune because we play this drill shit. So like when we sit down and we chop it up, like we're gonna talk, Melz, because if you feel that there's artists that deserve to be highlighted on this platform because we play the music, it's one thing to see it, it's the next thing that people hear it and people all around the world can hear it. We playing their music. You know what I mean? Like right now, shout out to Ogee Money Productions. The young homies are here. They're the ones who setting up the cameras. They in tune. You know what I mean? They in tune. And when they pop up in New York and everything, they get busy with the cameras. We gotta link you. But yeah, they in tune. They better get in tune. What the fuck's going on? It's my job, bro. It's my job to do that shit. Like, so when I pulled up on you in New York, I didn't understand. Again, I didn't understand because I was so into what I'm into. But as I see, this is a youth thing, and I gotta be 100% behind Brooklyn because I am Brooklyn, my man. I come from the streets. I know what it is. I embrace them. You know what I mean? It's their turn.
Definitely. They got it too. There's
That's
no
it,
denying
man. That's it. And I don't rap. I don't do none of that, man. But when I pull up in the city, I might need to sit down. I need an interview with Melz TV too, man. Bring the blunts.
You know that, my bro. You know that, man. Feel me? And when I when I get out there, I gotta tap in with you too. I'm coming out there, man. You know what I mean? Nice weather. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
feel me?
Pull up, man. We got nothing but love for you over here. We got a whole situation. We got an amazing setup, man. Shout out to DJ Hollywood Polo. That's our DJ. Shout out to Rude the Bully. Again, Tiff, the whole team, Taste Radio, Reggie Hawkins. They set all this up, and we just moving, man. We working, brother. So again, we're gonna do this again. Get another one in. Hopefully, by the time I talk to you, no more bodies have dropped, and you blew another artist. But you know, we're gonna see what that list is about, man. Make sure Grimy Quay in top 10. You heard?
Yeah.
My nigga, man. So, yo, it's been a pleasure, Melz.
Nah, no doubt, yo. Hold it down.